Hello, my friends, and welcome back to 1111 Outdoors. We're taking a look at another knife for a subscriber. And this knife is called the Civivi Pragma. The Pragma is a really interesting knife. And when I first saw it, I do a lot of knife reviews, so I browse through a lot of knife catalogs. And I saw this knife and it just popped out at me. I thought it was a very original looking knife, very futuristic looking knife. I really, really like the look of this knife. And I almost pulled the trigger on getting it a couple of times. And I finally found it when it was on sale, and I grabbed it. And when I got it, it was a bit of a surprise. Now, here's the thing that myself and the subscriber seem to have some curiosities about. Now, you can see, and this is right off of Amazon, that this is the size of the knife. And I'm completely aware of what dimensions look like, and I could do the math here, but there was something in my mind that told me that this knife was a little bit bigger than it actually is. And I don't know why. I just kind of couldn't put my finger on why I thought it would be bigger than it actually was. And then I realized that when you look at the Amazon photos of the model holding the knife, I mean, this person must have a very small hand because the knife has the illusion of looking larger. I mean, it really does look bigger in the Amazon photos to me than it does in real life. Because when I pulled it out of the package in real life, it was a bit of a shock. I mean, for some reason, I had it set in my head that this was a average sized knife. I mean, and as far as Civivi goes, I think the Elementum is an average sized knife. And look at the difference here. And right now I'm carrying the Yonder, also by Civivi, average size knife, I think. So the Pragma is much smaller than these knives, and it's a bit deceptive. And I don't know if it's just me not calculating it correctly mentally, but for some reason I thought this knife was a little bit bigger, and it's clearly not. The thing about it is, though, the design is amazing. I really love the design. Had it been the size of these other two knives, I'd have been super happy with it because I think that this is just your standard. This is, not too big, not too small, just enough to get, most jobs done. And this kind of falls short, in my opinion, of that. This borders on the area of like a keychain knife, in my opinion. Um, and I guess that may be what it is, like a keychain knife. They say it's an outdoor knife, an everyday carry and an outdoor knife. So I guess if you put a carabiner on something, it's automatically an outdoor knife. I guess that's the mentality. Now it is Civivi, so it's super snappy. I mean, it's got the ceramic ball bearings in it. I mean, the design, I really, really like the design. I really wanted to like this knife. I really did. I got the satin, and this is a Nitro V blade. I got the satin with the gray frame, and they're not scales. It's actually the frame of the knife. It's the structure of the knife. You have this backspacer slash carabiner. You have a single pin and a hinge. And these are not scales. They are the actual frame and architecture of the knife. I think that's really cool. That's pretty neat. It does limit you on your ability to customize, but I don't know, maybe if they offered some different body panels, you could do it that way. But I highly doubt they'll do that. But you can mix and match in between them. Like I said, I got the satin with the gray, but they have a black blade with a green handle, and then you have a Damascus blade with a red handle. And they're all really, really attractive knives. I mean, when you look at them, first one I saw was the red and Damascus, and it just popped at me. I mean, I really like that knife. But, I don't have a lot of poppy colors and flashy colors in my collection, so I usually go with the more subtle, kind of gray man type knives. Most of my knives are black or gray. I have a few that are, white and, And I do have some orange knives. You know, I got a bunch of knives, but the majority of the knives that I carry on the daily are either black or gray. It's just fits most of the stuff that I carry. They're either a stainless, a black, or a gray. So I really wanted to like this knife. I really did. But I mean, the size is kind of a thing for me. Yeah, the size is just a thing for me. And I think it's just really just a little bit too small. And like I said, here's your dimensions. So we see what it is. But I mean, that's it in real life. You know, it's like, and you know, it is what they say it is. It's just for some reason in my brain, I was thinking it was a little bit bigger. And here's the thing with that. This knife is $60, roughly. Runs about 60 bucks. Now I got it on sale significantly cheaper, but the asking price for this is $60. $60 for effectively a keychain knife. Now it's Civivi and it's pretty well made. I mean it's built like a tank. But it's $60. You can do a lot with $60. I mean, and it's I think it's like a utility. I mean, what would you call this? Would you call this a utility knife? Or is it just a very signature looking blade? I kind of when I look at it, I see kind of a utility knife. You know, like this is something that you grab for, you know, real quick shots. Like I carry the Civivi Elementum box knife, and it kind of has that same, you know, that just what I think of when I look at this knife. I think of it as a permanent box knife, kind of. But it's $60. I don't know. The Elementum, you know, you can get that for 40 bucks. This is $20 more. And I think I had a video where I showed you guys the Otical U1 by O Knife. I mean, you can get this for $20, and you can get a box knife for, you know, 10 bucks off Amazon if you consider this a utility knife. Some people will probably consider this like an EDC. It's extremely lightweight. I mean, it is it's super lightweight. 1.92 ounces, 54.3 grams. I mean, it's very lightweight. This aluminum that they have here is thick but light, and the blade is extremely thin. I mean, the thickness is 0.09, 2.3. That is like extremely thin. It's a great little slicer. Really goes to a tip there. I mean, it is sharp, and it's super sharp, just like every Civivi. Like I said, I wanted to like this knife, but the price point on it and the size is just, I don't think it's where we need to be for a knife like this. If they made this knife larger, and at first I thought maybe I grabbed a mini version or something. You know, maybe there's a full size, and then, you know, like they have the Praxis and the mini Praxis, they have the Elementum, and then they have a slightly smaller Elementum. Um, I thought it might be something like that, but this is the only offering for the Pragma. I so I this is it. So to the subscriber, I'm gonna say it's a well built little knife. I mean, it's a Civivi, so you know that it is solid as far as quality goes. It's snappy. The button lock works really well. It's just it's a nice little knife if you're into like really small knives. But I mean, this is a pretty small knife. And if you're into that, then yeah, for sure. I mean, and if you're not, you know, if you're not pushed away by the $60 price point, or you know, the Damascus and red one is almost 80 bucks. It's like $76 for the same size knife. And it's nice. It's got Damascus with a red aluminum handle. So, would I buy this at the full price? I don't think I would. Would I carry this? I really don't see myself carrying it. Do I like it? I do. I'll probably throw it in like a little crash kit, or you know, a bug out bag or an inch bag or something like that. But I don't really see myself carrying it. It'd be a nice gift. I mean, but I mean, you're talking 60 bucks. You could really you could do a lot with $60. So I hate to say something negative about Civivi, but I really feel like they missed the mark with this one. It's just not big enough, in my opinion, to be an EDC knife of what I'm used to carrying. I mean, like the Yonder is a good example of what I'm used to carrying. I mean, it's just not, to me, it just falls a little short. So, to that subscriber, if you like the look of this knife and you are not put off by the cost of it or the size of it, then yeah, this is a great little knife. That Nitro V is super sharp, holds an edge pretty well. I put it through some paces as far as cutting a lot of stuff today, and it held up very well. Put an edge back on it, no problem. It'll whip through paper. It'll even shave hair. It's a Civivi. It's a great knife. It has this carabiner bottle opener. I mean, it's a really cool little knife. So if you like it, and like I said, if you're okay with the cost, you're okay with the size, then yeah, go ahead and get it. But for me, I think we're not at the price point we need to be, and I don't think we're really at the size we need to be. Now, that's just my opinion. Now, if you disagree with me on that, then that is absolutely okay. I mean, this gentleman asked me for my opinion, and that's it. Like I said, I hate to say anything negative or it's not really bad. It's just my opinion. I mean, take it or leave it. I mean, it's just what it is. For me, I probably wouldn't carry it because it is so small. It wouldn't be a bad thing to just have snapped to a bag or, in a little pocket stashed away somewhere for a backup blade or something like that. But at $60, you probably have a lot more options out there than this knife. Well, that's it. That's how I feel about it. And in the comments, you can disagree with me or agree with me. I mean, let me know what you think about this knife. Do you think that they should have made it a little larger? Would you like to see this model in a larger size? I know I would. I mean, if you made this in the size of, say, the Elementum at that length, and you threw a pocket clip on it, I would EDC this. Yeah, and that to me, that would probably be worth $60. But from where we are right now, I don't think I'm there. I like the knife. I do. I think it's really cool. I mean, it's a very signature look, but it's not something that I'm probably going to carry. That's my 2 cents. Take it or leave it. Uh, to that subscriber, I want to say thank you. Thank you for the question. Thank you for bringing this across my desk. I really, really enjoyed working with it. I really enjoyed pushing it to see how far it could go, and it held up extremely well. It's a Civivi. You know it's going to. It was very comfortable to use. I mean, I had no complaints about the ergonomics, no complaints about the weight. I mean, it weighs practically nothing. Like I said, those are the only 2 points I had: price point and size. Just not there. And I need a pocket clip. I'm a pocket clip guy. I don't carry sheaths. I don't like things loose in my pocket. A pocket clip has to be there. That's a deal breaker for me. So anyway, like I said, to that subscriber, thank you for putting this on my radar. Thank you for the question, and thank you so much for the subscription. I absolutely cannot tell you how much I appreciate that subscription. And to all of you, if you haven't liked and subscribed, please do so, because that helps me bring more videos to you, more content to you. I want to make more and more videos. I want to invest in more and more things, better camera equipment, stuff like that, just to bring you higher quality videos. I actually want to go out in the field and do some field work, but I need a few more things, and I need to be able to be at that production quality, so I'm not wasting your time or mine. So if you can hit me with a subscription, if you could like this video, either one of those would be the best thing. You would totally make my day. Thank you for that. And if not, thank you for spending time with me. I appreciate it. This is 1111 Outdoors. We'll talk to you soon.